get started. I cannot believe this. We begin with a tale of two parties. Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen decides to go to El Salvador in hopes of bringing back a suspected MS-13 gang member who has also been accused of beating his wife. So while the Democrats fight on behalf of that reported illegal immigrant, the administration invites Angel Mom Patty Moore into the White House.
Moore shared the heartbreaking story and a lot of details of her daughter's murder at the hands of an illegal migrant in Van Hollen State in Maryland. Griff Jenkins is live in Washington with more. Hey, Griff.
Yeah, good morning, and you're right, it's heartbreaking, and you're right, Brian, there are two sides to the story. But Lawrence, one sobering moment at the White House last night really captured the stark reminder of the deadly consequences of border policies as President Trump recognized Patty Moore.
Patty, stand up, Patty. Please. That's an incredible daughter. And your daughter's looking down on Patty today. This was some day for you. We appreciate it, Patty. We're all with you 100%. And you are indeed an angel mom.
Earlier in the day, Patty joined reporters in the briefing room recounting her daughter's last moments.
It wasn't 1 inch of her body that didn't have some kind of injury, whether it's bruising, broken bones, contusions, scratches. Why are we not protecting?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I see my brother, Super Truckers for Jesus. What's up, brother? My man got the best handle name you could possibly have. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. We kicking it with your favorite host, the Ghost. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the pain that we are feeling on Main Street, Super Trucker. I'm finna get into those comments. Good morning to you, brother. But what I'm talking about is how much are the price of groceries where you from? How much is the price of gas? How much is the price of everything? Healthcare. Is healthcare accessible? Do you have money in the stock market? Did you lose money in the stock market? Are the tariffs affecting you personally? I think that's what we need to talk about because that's what's going to matter. That's what matters to the voters is the pain that we're feeling on Main Street. Is that pain, does it correlate to any sort of gain for President Trump politically? Now, for America, I will argue and dispute that because, of course, I believe it turns into some gain for America long term, but short term, maybe not so much. Let's see. So my boy, Super Truckers for Jesus, you guys, if y'all watching this after it was recorded, make sure y'all go to that link and you can get 10% off if you use his code Richard Allen 10. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. Of course, you're kicking it with Ghostwriter. Today, we're doing forecasting and analysis on the U.S. economy, the Trump tariffs, anything to do with President Trump. I need you guys very proactive down below in the comments because it is pretty much a question and answer what we're doing. We're just going to have a discussion on the economy and what we're seeing President Trump doing. So guys, below I have a poll. I ask that you guys take a part of that poll. Y'all take just a second for me. Y'all answer the poll and then go ahead and throw your thoughts down below in the comments so we could get the discussion started. If y'all haven't liked the video, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me, like the video. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel if you enjoy the content and hit that notification bell so you could come join the discussion every time we go live. Guys, we are the people and it's our voice, man. You know what I'm saying? So Super Trucker, what we think about the tariffs on China? Y'all, let's start there. You know what I'm saying? What you guys think about the tariffs on China? Do you think they're good or not? Mr. Super Trucker said, make sure y'all subscribe to my page, to this channel. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Super Trucker, and I'm trying to get the discussion started this morning with you guys. You know what I'm saying? As I said today, it's I'm going to be forecasting and analysis, but I'm going to talk with you guys with the chat, you know what I'm saying, on what we think, man, so far. I think it's very important. I'll get the discussion started, guys. Y'all go ahead and get them comments coming so we could, get it jumping in here. Man, I think so far, I think what President Trump, the moves he made long term for America, they were great moves. You see what I'm saying? Like I've said this before, the world is breaking. It's on the brink. You see what I'm saying? It's on the edge of a world war. I know we heard that plenty of times during Cold Wars and things of that nature. But like today, it really is. In the Pacific, China is starting to be aggressive. We see Putin being aggressive. You see what I'm saying? So I think the tariffs on China, in my opinion, they're completely necessary. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong at. You know what I'm saying? I think they're completely necessary long term for American stability in the world. And President Trump used them on China before and was successful. Where the problem is with the tariffs is super truckers for Jesus. You could tell me how this makes sense. I got to see how you can put tariffs on everyone at the same time. I just don't understand that concept or who had that strategy, because that strategy is absolutely wrong. If you want to go at China, that's fine. But I'm saying we need to use Canada. You got to use Canada to go at China, man. You got to slash Chinese imports. They're about to slash U.S. imports, telling the United States they don't want Boeing jets that, they already ordered. They're trying any kind of way they're going to try to get at America. They're going to try to do. So that's just my thoughts, guys. We really quiet, in the comments today, guys. So if y'all will, man, as soon as y'all get it cracking, man, we could get it cracking. What y'all think so far? That's what the purpose of the stream today, guys. No prepared content, question and answer. You know what I'm saying? So far, you guys are saying that President Trump is doing good on the economy. I have several people who voted. Y'all tell me why, man. You know what I'm saying? Super Trucker for Jesus says with China, appreciate that, my brother. We get the discussion started. I'm going to go ahead and pin this comment, for when people jump up in the stream and they'll wonder what we're talking about. He says with China is good and fair because they have been robbing us from day one. We are buying from them and they are not inventing the American economy. Tariffs on everyone to make balance equal. What Super Truckers for Jesus saying is exactly correct. You see what I'm saying? I just didn't expound into it. But China has been robbing us for day one. They ain't just robbing us, they robbing the whole world. So it's not like the Europeans are going to think in their mind, hey, we could run to the Chinese market. Are they Super Truckers for Jesus? But I'm saying that, President Trump or Vice President Vance going hard at, like the allies. I mean, we need the Europeans to continue to buy from our market so our market can be strong. Super Truckers for Jesus, everything in that comment you said was correct. The only problem I'm having with President Trump and the way he's doing this tariff thing is that how he's going at the allies. You see what I'm saying? If he put that 10% tariff on the entire world, so he taxed the entire world, so he wants to make the trade balance fair, like, okay, that's fine. There's a lot of people who disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? President Trump has increased as a Republican. We saying tariffs, okay? Everyone's saying tariffs because listen. So the tariffs involve world trade. So we looking at this as like something he's doing to China, which in a way he is doing it to the Chinese government for what Super Trucker is saying. But what I'm saying is that the consumers, that's going to trickle all the way down to the grocery store, Super Trucker for Jesus. The consumers are going to feel that as well. Everyone's going to feel that. You see what I'm saying? So basically a tariff, what is called, we looking at it as something in trade and international, what most normal people don't understand. Basically, a tariff is just simply a tax. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong. A tariff is just a tax. So if you look at it from that perspective, if you think about President Trump and a Republican, what would you think about a Republican that they're going to cut taxes? They're cutting taxes on everybody. Bro, that's the largest tax increase in 100 years in U.S. history, and he's a Republican. So basically, he raised taxes on everybody. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong. Let's get the discussion started. That's what we do this morning on Thursdays. You see what I'm saying? He raised taxes on everyone, guys. 10% tariff on the whole world. Even though when you going in the grocery store and you looking at how high priced those groceries are, and you still put 10% tariffs on the whole world, I'm saying, in my opinion, that's kind of risky, but hey, we could roll with it. Them tariffs on China, like, okay, that's fine. The steel and aluminum, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, the tariffs on Canada, I don't agree with that at all, bro. You need, Canada is a huge trading partner. So look, back when President Trump put the tariffs the first time on China, 2018, 2019, you know what the Chinese did? Instead of trying to feel that pain, super truckers for Jesus, they slashed U.S. imports. They stopped using the U.S. dollar. They countered that tax so it wouldn't hurt them as bad. It still hurt them in the Chinese consumers, but they started getting their beef from Russia. That's what I'm saying. So America, the pain that we're about to feel with this trade war from China, because I don't think President Trump's going to back down. I think he's really trying to get a serious deal with China. It's necessary, super truckers. So that the pain that they keep talking about, I wouldn't use that word anyway. I don't see how that word helps the stock market. They already feeling pain when they go in the grocery store. What pain you talking about? We already feeling pain. Oh, you mean more pain? You don't mean pain, you mean more pain. So the pain that they gonna feel whenever they go, I'm saying, like, you gotta just think about that, man. Like, hey, it's okay if you feel that pain, but what we gonna do is we gonna plug in with with Canada, and we gonna pull a move on China, what they did on us with Russia. We need to plug in with Canada. We need to stop getting all that stuff from China and get it from Canada. Get it from Mexico, get it from Europe, and we need to unite with them three nations. JD Vance, President Trump needs that trade agreement with the EU. That's how you beat China. That's how you balance them deficits. Super Truckers for Jesus says Canada has done their fair share of robbing us by bringing a lot of the goods. Lori Walsh, there she go, my baby. Good morning, good morning. A member in the stream, triple OG, Miss Lori. She with that $5, y'all. That super chat. Guys, if y'all want to donate to the channel, super chat, super stickers, super thanks, just like Miss Lori did, hit that button below with that $sign. Your donations are much appreciated. Also, guys, channel memberships start at $2.99. Guys, if y'all want to become a member of the channel, got a lot of videos up. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. And if y'all are in this chat, y'all in the stream right now, or y'all watching it after it was pre-recorded, make sure y'all double tap that screen for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, guys, so y'all can see it. Every time we go live, Miss Lori said tariffs are in fact a tax on the people. Goes Trump tantrums at taxes. You see what I'm saying? That's Super Truckers for Jesus. Let's get the conversation going in the chat. That's what we need to do whenever we go streaming. You see what I'm saying? And it's not a lot of people in here, so everybody could be heard. We can have a live discussion. You see what I'm saying? American voters, Super Trucker for Jesus, what I'm saying is what Miss Lori's saying. I'm feeling that in my heart. You know why? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not hating on President Trump, but let's rewind. And let's go back to September when I first started Legal Wars podcast, now Legal Wars Live, and Miss Lori Walsh was here. And I told you the reason why I supported VP Harris because the chaos, I just wasn't unsure about the way President Trump would govern. Miss Lori Walsh, do you remember me saying that? And we seeing it now. And basically what VP Harris said was true, that he was going to add taxes on the American consumers. Those are taxes. Y'all think it's tariffs, it's taxes. Miss Lori, look, to a super trucker, I'm going to get back to what you're saying, but look, it's just like this. It's like Elon comes in, what he did with Doge. When they ratify that and put it in the bill, it's going to be good. I don't care if they cut $50 billion from the deficit. It's going to look pretty good. Pretty decent job. But I'm saying, Miss Lori, he coming out with that chainsaw. That's what the problem is. And I'm saying what President Trump doing, the problem is with the tariffs, it's just like it's not the correct balance. It's like an overboard thing. You see what I'm saying? And then you just putting tariffs. I mean, and then the language you use in the stock market, you talking about pain, Miss Lori. It's super truckers. He talking about pain. I'm talking about you talking about pain, my brother. How much the cost of eggs are, Miss Lori, in Pennsylvania? Super trucker, how much eggs are where you are? D Worthy, how much eggs are? Y'all don't think eggs matter. They laugh at it. Y'all watch Fox. Y'all watch CNN talking about the price of eggs. They laughing at it, bro. $6, man. For 12 eggs in Mississippi, how is that funny? That is not funny at all. And then you talking about pain, so that we already feeling pain. You gonna add pain on top of pain. That's the wrong choice of words. You see what I'm saying? Miss Lori says that Trump is a chaos causer. How can anyone in this stream right now disagree with that? I don't think President Trump would disagree with that if you said that he caused chaos. I think that's the goal, for him to cause chaos, isn't it? Didn't he say he gonna remake and redo everything? D. Worthy says Trump is making those tariffs reciprocal. Countries in control. Look, D. Worthy, look. If you guys follow all of my content, I got videos up right now, my brother. You can ask Miss Lori. I'm an independent. I'm not against President Trump, like saying tariffs are bad. I've said tariffs are good. I'm talking about the effects. That's what the poll is about. That's what this stream is about. The effects of those tariffs on the consumers, the way he doing those tariffs, the political strategy. Whenever you already have a bad, not necessarily a bad economy, but inflation, the majority of the plurality of the poor voters, they're not Democrats, they're Republicans. They already feel pain. You come up here talking about tariffs. They don't care about no trade deficit with China. They care about trying to feed their family. These people make under $50,000 a year. We laughing at the price of eggs. But I'm saying, imagine if you got a family to feed and you making $60,000 and you the only income in your house. That means something. And it's more of them voters than it is of the ones with the money. Tell me where I'm wrong. Let's see. I'm trying to get all of us in here. We not that many people. Shout out Uncle Trump. TC said that. Y'all make sure y'all double tap that screen for me. Like that video. Y'all get down in the comments, man. Let's keep this great discussion going. Super Trucker for Jesus says, on good note, Trump is the man. Get it done. Oh, yeah. I understand the pain because I see firsthand, because I'm in the commercial trucker industry in Texas. Maybe need to slow down. So going so hard. I agree with that. And that's all I said from the beginning. Super Trucker for Jesus is the approach. If I hadn't heard the man say nothing that he trying to do, I hadn't heard him. I don't think, Miss Lori, none of us is saying like the stuff he's saying that he wants to fix, that don't need to be fixed, and he don't need to fix it. We ain't even having that conversation. We talking about the way you going about doing it. We talking about the timing of what you're doing. This man got 4 years to serve. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying at the time when we already have economic pain right now from President Biden, and they elected you because they thought when you 100 days when President Trump come into office, they thinking they gonna go in the grocery store and them eggs ain't gonna do $4.50 for 12. They gonna go up to $6. They thinking they going down to $3. And them eggs then went up to $6.50. They going up. You don't care. But the majority of the voters in America make less than $50,000 a year. They're gonna pick the candidates in 2026. That's what you don't understand. They care. It's hurting their pockets. So the conversation isn't about whether President Trump is right or wrong. It's the timing and the environment. He needs boots on the ground. He needs to talk. How many people in President Trump's cabinet, Miss Lori, is going in the grocery store and shopping? That's what the problem is. None of your advisors are out there. They ain't feeling nothing. And if you ain't out there talking to the people, I'm saying, how you know what's going on in America if you ain't talking to the people? That's the only way you gonna know. I'm saying you over there talking to your cabinet members and your advisors. Ain't none of them going to no grocery stores or buying no groceries, or they ain't even paying attention to the price of groceries. How many of y'all pay attention to the price of groceries? People with that much money, they just swiping their cars. They ain't paying no attention. And I'm saying, if you wake up every day and you surrounded by yes men who ain't out there, they don't know what's going on. He hearing 340 million voices. He just think that's Democrats hating. And then he gonna find out in 2026, though, Miss Lori Walsh, when they cream that crop. You gotta listen to the voice of the people. That's why I said you want them tariffs, them some sort of stimulus are coming out of those tariffs, y'all. 1,000%. That's forecast. That's what y'all came here for, Miss Lori. Forecast and analysis. Some kind of tariffs. That's what happened last time. He gave the farmers a stimulus. Some kind of stimulus coming out of them tariffs. Have to. America's collecting billions of dollars and we paying that tax. Why we shouldn't get some of that money? Y'all, let's talk about that. Y'all get down in the chat, Miss Lori and Super Trucker. Y'all don't think, if y'all think we should get a stimulus, y'all let y'all voice be heard. Y'all put a Y down in the chat. If y'all think we should get a stimulus off those tariffs and them billions of dollars that's being collected from the tariffs in which the American government is getting rich, which we patriots, we don't have no problem about, but we paying too. As consumers, we paying too. As investors, we paying, we losing stuff. So I'm saying, as we go through this with President Trump and America getting all that money, y'all don't think we need to get any kind of stimulus from the tariffs? That don't even seem fair. Miss Lori says she get fresh eggs daily. Now imagine if you getting fresh eggs daily. Imagine if you like a Waffle House or Denny's. And that's what the focus of your business is eggs. They make fun of that stuff. That stuff matter. It ain't just eggs. It's pork. Pork higher. It's not just pork. It's beef. Beef higher. Y'all want to talk about fruits and vegetables higher. Everything's higher. And what I'm saying is the majority of the voters might not make less than 50,000, but that's a big chunk. That slab of voters who voted for President Trump, they voted for him for relief. They're not feeling it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Legal Wars Live. You chilling with your boy Ghost Rider. I ask as you guys come in the stream, y'all like the video for me, double tap the screen, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you could come back every time we go live. Super chat, super thanks, super stickers, they all start at 99 cents like Miss Lori Walsh. Y'all just hit that button at the bottom with the $sign in it. And every last one of your donations are much appreciated. But most importantly, guys, y'all jump down in the comments, man. Y'all let y'all voices be heard, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Tell me what y'all feel. I see y'all. We got votes coming in, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So my boy Kevin says, stop. Sis, help me out. Let's see. D. Worthy said, I still don't know how much eggs are. See, that's what I'm saying, D. Worthy. I got to pin that. You feel what I'm saying? For the people like a regular man, that's why President Trump got a lot of votes for that. You breaking down Main Street. This is how I look at it, okay? This political strategy and analysis. I'm breaking down Main Street by the voters, okay? Now, if President Trump says something to D. Worthy about feeling pain, and let's just say D. Worthy might, you know what I'm saying, he got a kid or two. I'm just speaking, D. Worthy. I don't know you, and I'm just example. And say D. Worthy 35, and say he drive a tanker, and he make $45 an hour. He a single man. This man ain't even buying eggs. See what I'm saying? He eat McDonald's, or Red Lobster, or Olive Garden, or Applebee's 80% of the time. So to him, like President Trump saying feeling short-term pain, he like, okay, he cool with that. But for Miss Lori, who buy eggs every day, that's something totally different. That's what I'm saying. Or for a truck driver who is expecting, I'm saying if you declare a war on energy crisis, I'm saying I don't see why the gas prices, super trucker, ain't lower than they are if you declare the energy crisis. They dropped the drop, but they gonna go back up when the summertime comes. When the demand come up and the kids out of school, gas gonna get higher because of inflation. I hope it don't get up to like $5, $6. Because I'm saying too, Miss Lori and D Worthy and Super Trucker and Gene Anderson, what I want to ask y'all, what about the people who are against you, President Trump, who are trying to manipulate the market just to see you fall on your face? It's people who, President Trump, they don't care nothing about America. All they care about is seeing you fall on your face. They got a lot of money. They got a lot of power. They coming at you, and they messing with that stock market. See, you got to put all of these things into perspective when you forming your strategy. You got to be able to see all of this. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hating on the Fed chair, bro. I'm not really that political, even though I'm so involved in politics. But I'm saying at this time, in this moment, when we had 2 days of positive growth on the stock market, you just gonna come out the blue and just gonna say, hey, everything you saying, we already know that. I'm talking about, Miss Lori, everything that Fed chair said, everybody in America knows that already. They feeling it when they going in the store, y'all. I'm saying what the Fed chair talking about, everything he's saying, we already know it. We been knew that. We knew it under President Biden. We just expecting something to change under President Trump. So we don't need these people coming out trying to speak negativity into the air to make the stock market drop, because they really don't like President Trump. They don't care about America. They hate President Trump. Miss Lori Walsh said, I will never vote in a politician based on cost of eggs. Never have. I know they haven't, Miss Lori, but it's about that overall feel on the economy, consumer sentiment. Miss Lori, D Worthy, what I'm asking y'all is like, when do you feel, my question is do y'all feel like America is headed in the right direction economically? Do you feel this is a time in American history where America is prospering? Because that's the vision we had when President Trump got elected. Am I right or wrong? We had a vision of a 2018 to a 2020 America, 3 years of economic growth, prosperity. Look at the stock market. Look at the stock market in this term, first 100 days, compared to President Trump's first term, first 100 days. That's what I'm saying. But we had a vision of when we voted for President Trump that, Miss Lori, we're not voting for him just for eggs. We voting for him for our future, for our stock market, for our investments, for taxes getting cut, for him cutting inflation, things getting cheaper, us having more money. That's why they voted for Trump, President Trump. A lot of poor voters did vote for him because of the price of eggs. That's why it's such a popular conversation, Miss Lori. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying that's why we voted for him. And that's why the poll is what it is, because I want to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about the economy? Look, Kale, Miss Lori, I'm finna read all y'all comments. Omar, how do y'all feel about the economy today, moving forward 100 days of President Trump? That's the question. And if you could ask a plurality of all of the voters, and you could bring that back to me, I could give you 1,000% correct answer. That's what we need to go about. How do the voters feel about the economy? Because I think that's the main reason why President Trump was elected. Omar says Trump is the single cause of the drop. You see what I'm saying, Miss Lori? Imagine they voted for what is President Trump's strong suit, y'all? Put that down in the chat. What's his strong suit? His strong suit is the economy. Now imagine if you voted for him for the economy, y'all, that's why he was elected. And then you got Omar saying that that's the reason why the stock market dropped is because of him. They voted for him because he was going to cut taxes, and then everything's more expensive. Inflation is worse. That's the conversation, y'all. That's the question. Miss Lori said it's a disgrace, all chaos. And Miss Lori, you know we said that way back then. Way back then, Miss Lori. You know we said that way back then. That's why I supported VP Harris, because I foreseen this. And Miss Lori know that. I said that. That's why I supported VP Harris. Because I know that's look, when we say chaos, a green Republican or Trump supporting Kool-Aid drinker, he thinking that I'm trying to hate on President Trump. I'm not hating on him. That's how he governing like that on purpose, destruction. That's how Elon, that's what the chainsaw, that's what all that meant. He just don't understand that you can't do that on the world stage. You feel what I'm saying? Kyle says, no, it's just repeating itself. Have you studied just a little bit of history? It's clear that history is repeating itself, brother. I know that. I understand that. And I don't have to go back to look at all of history, like going back to the Greek civilization. Like, I ain't talking about a bigger picture. I'm talking about the history repeating itself of President Trump's first 4 years. And if you take them first 4 years, the first 100 days, and you look at these 4 years and these 100 days, what I'm saying is, but the difference is, Kyle, it's going to be worse this time. The outcome, the final outcome of all this chaos is going to be a lot worse. He says only the uneducated had that vision. No disrespect. Yes, sir. I feel you, and I thank you for participating. Omar says Trump economy is horrible. He's making illogical decisions. He has multiple. But look, this is what I'm saying, Omar. If you go back, if we really want to study and we just really want to be real about the situation, sir, if you go back, Omar, what I need you to do for me right now, if you could go look this up, do this for me. Go back and look up President Trump and his economy from 2018 to 2020. Because Mr. Omar, I've researched it. I know he had like enormous economic growth, enormous. In his first term, enormous. The wage increase for minorities was the highest ever before President Biden. He just came and stretched it, passed up President Trump. But I'm saying, Omar, though, President Trump, his first economy, that's why he got reelected. I'm saying, isn't that kind of like, if he was doing so bad on the economy the first time he was in the White House, why did the people vote for him again? Because, Joe, were you saying President Biden did that bad on the economy? I don't agree with that. I think President Biden had the same thing, the same problem that President Trump gonna have. It's the people aren't feeling it on the ground. As far as the numbers, President Biden's economy looked pretty good. It wasn't bad. He had the lowest unemployment rate in U.S. recorded history. Yes, I reported that. I tell y'all that all the time. But the thing with President Biden is the same thing President Trump gonna have. The people ain't feeling it. That's why I say stimulus. The people gotta feel, listen, if America is getting a whole lot of money, but the American people ain't getting nothing, they starving. That's what's going on in China. The average Chinese citizen makes $14,000 a year. Think about that. If people understand that, they'll blow their mind. You see what I'm saying? If they really understood that, that'll blow their mind. You feel what I'm saying? The average Chinese citizen made $14,000 a year. The average U.S. citizen made $86,000. That's the difference. The Chinese government over there, they pack pockets getting fat. Second richest country in the world, second largest country in the world, Miss Lord Omar. The Chinese government, their pockets are getting fat, but the Chinese people, not so much. That's all I'm saying, President Trump. Don't follow that model to where America's making all these billions off the tariffs, but the American people are paying higher in the store. Y'all tell me how that's fair. That don't make no sense. People talking about uneducated and all this stuff, all these educated people, that's why you can't get it right, because you're too smart. It ain't got nothing. Education is a part of it, but common sense, Miss Lori, don't you agree, is a huge part of it. Ain't got no common sense. I'm going to have to pay hard for eggs or whatever it is, hard for a car, hard for a stick of deodorant, hard for a bottle of water. I'm paying hard for everything. This is the highest tax increase in 100 years. Everybody over the world paying higher to do business with America. And I'm saying you reckon in billions of dollars a day, billions, and we paying higher. Why we don't get no stimulus? Tell me why that makes sense. Well, in the world, in the meantime, teetering on recession. Make it make sense, guys. Legal Wars Podcast, man. Y'all kicking it with your boy Ghostwriter. Everybody coming in the stream, man. It's free to show your boys some love. If y'all will for me, will y'all double tap that screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoying the content, make sure y'all hit that notification bell, guys. Super chat, super thanks, super stickers. They all start at 99 cents. Guys, just hit that button at the bottom if you want to donate to the channel, if you want to start a conversation, guys. Also, channel memberships, guys, $2.99. I'm really pushing them channel memberships, man. Omar, D. Worthy, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all support your boy, channel memberships, $2.99. Help your boy Ghostwriter keep spitting them facts in general, man. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Miss April. Let's see where we at. Miss April says the dollar has already crashed. If y'all not with that, well, I don't know how to catch you up. You hear what Miss April said, y'all? Miss April, whose fault is that? Miss Lori, that's just too funny. But see, even though that's funny, that is extremely unfortunate for America. I think one of the things that President Trump and his economy, Omar, could fix, because I'm an independent, I'm not a Democrat, I don't hate President Trump, I just be trying to speak facts. I think one thing that President Trump and his economy that they could fix is the way that, first of all, they communicate with the people. I don't think they communicate well at all. And President Trump is a great communicator. But I just don't think the people, like, he need to be out there selling his agenda or whatever he trying to do. They'll just come out and announce a new tariff. The average American, these people at work, they're not paying attention to this. They're not watching no news. They know they voted for you, and it's been 3 months, and we don't see no kind of change and nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Republicans try to do town halls, bro. Y'all seen them Republican town halls, bro? It's rowdy in there. I see Marjorie Taylor Greene. Look, Omar, Miss Lori, D. Worthy, what y'all do for me is y'all go right now after y'all finish watching this and watch a Marjorie Taylor Greene town hall. It's rowdy in there. I'm talking about it's chaos. It's just when the Republicans go to talk to the people act just how President Trump governed. Where you gonna get that from? Breaking it down like that. That's common sense. You're not gonna get that from no school book. You feel me? The people acting just how President Trump is governing. Chaotic. Complete chaos. That's what we be seeing. Complete chaos. And in the meanwhile, Bernie Sanders and AOC, they out there in LA getting the largest crowds they ever got, 86,000. They finna start a movement. That's what I'm saying. Like okay, you could say, Miss Lori, they could say, okay, well, they're gonna oppose President Trump, they're gonna have political fires anyway. But I'm saying, if there's political fires, why would I feed the flame? Why are you gonna make the fire bigger? You see what I'm saying? It's the way you govern that style, that chaotic style, bro. You're gonna get people at your neck. And that's what it is. I mean, you taxing the whole world at the same time. Vice President Vance calling the Chinese peasants. I'm saying, what y'all think gonna happen? You're not gonna get, bro, that negativity. You gonna get negativity from that. That ain't got nothing to do with education. That's common sense. If we were so educated, why the stock market keep on dropping? If we so educated, why you declaring tariffs on the whole world at the same time? You need to kill some of that education and add some common sense with that. You feel what I'm saying? Let me get down in here with my boys and my girl, Miss Lori. D. Worthy said that's total house income in China. I'm not sure, D. Worthy. It might not be total house income, but it might be per member. It's per capita, so that might be per Chinese person. Listen to this, y'all. Hold up. Guys, I promise I'm gonna get all of y'all's comments. And because we don't have that many people. And D. Worthy, thank you, my brother, for that membership. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you, sir. What I'm gonna do right here, D. Worthy, I'm gonna add you as a moderator as well. Thank you, sir, and welcome to the Legal Wars Live family. D. Worthy said, what we talking about, okay, so we can understand something. I'm not an economic major. Understand that. I'm not educated, whatever y'all talking about. I got common sense and I study political science. Let's understand something. So the Chinese government is rich, very rich. Second richest economy, largest economy in the world. Their markets are big. They make a lot of technology. They make a lot of cars. Like Elon's Tesla, they got their own kind of cars like that compete with Elon, that you'll see driving all over Asia. China is America. In Asia, China is America. China's trying to be America in the world. They're trying to cut the U.S. dollar. They're trying to BRICS. They want to create their own economic system. We understand that about China. They're rich, but the people are not rich. D. Worthy. The per capita income of a Chinese citizen is $14,000 US dollars a year. And on top of that, it's 4 of them for one of us. So one of us got the per capita income of a US citizen is $86,000 a year. That's one of them. If you put 4 of them together, because every 4 of them is one of us. So you got to put 8 of them together to get one America. That's how rich America is. So what I'm trying to educate y'all on is President Trump is speaking all that make America great and make America rich, and he's not lying. Everything he's saying is true. America is getting billions of dollars a day off them taxes. That's what they are. Y'all saying tariffs, but they're taxes. I'm going to put a 10% increase of a tax on goods across the whole world. I tax China 145%, aluminum, steel. Tariffs are taxes. So that means America is collecting billions of dollars. You know how much money America's collecting is that President Trump is on Fox News doing an interview, and the host asked him, can the tariff money replace income taxes? And I know for a fact last year America got $5 trillion off income tax. That was half of the revenue that America brought in. So President Trump is saying that he's planning on making a lot of money on those taxes, imports, exports, taxes. He plans on making a lot of money off that. So I'm saying you making the money. It's a China situation. The American government getting rich. He making America rich. And we love that. Patriot, we need to. President Trump, I'm forecasting right now, y'all. Forecast. That's what y'all came for. Forecasting analysis. President Trump, you making America rich. I'm saying the next election if a Democrat wins, Andy Beshear or Josh Shapiro become the next president of the United States, all that money he made for the American economy, President Shapiro gonna look at this different than President Trump. So all this money, basically, he's funding Democratic programs and don't even know it, President Trump. I'm forecasting. So you can't do this with no education. You just need a little knowledge and be blessed with a lot of common sense. President Trump, what you doing is basically that money that you getting, bringing into the American economy, the next Democrat come in, he gonna come in and spend that on all Democratic programs. Tell me how I'm wrong, y'all. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, stream, chat, appreciate y'all being here. Thank y'all being here, Miss Lori, Omar. Make sure y'all double tap that screen. Y'all have conversations amongst yourselves before I get down there with y'all in the comments, D-Worthy. The thing is, guys, the whole situation is President Trump, get as much money as you can for America, but we want to get paid too. Where I'm wrong at? We paying higher prices for the goods. Why shouldn't we get something out of that? Make that make sense. You see what I'm saying? Small business owners, farmers, they're paying higher prices. They're paying the price for this. We don't have a problem with that, President Trump. We just saying we want a piece of the rock. We want our cut too, because we paying too. We pay the pain we feeling. Do we get gain for the pain? What's our gain for the pain? That's the question. What's our gain? Don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. Don't be a curse dummy. We the people. How we don't get paid off this? Make that make sense. Let me see what we talking about. Let's see. You welcome, D-Worthy, and thank you too. Miss Lori too. Thank you, baby, sweetheart. Omar says, Preston Hunt, yeah, we can and we should when he's trying to make education more difficult. Omar, I don't understand that, man. Look, I want to address this since Omar brought this up, okay, y'all? We on the pinned comment. How you gonna go to war with Harvard Law, President Trump? I just wanted to ask you that. I wanted to know that. President Trump, listen to this. I understand the Republicans coming in there and gassing you up. And as a Christian, I understand Harvard is a liberal university and a lot of the things that they teach are affecting America. If you're a Christian, that's your point of view. But Omar might not be a Christian. Omar not picking on you, but let's just say, for instance, for example, if Omar was a Muslim, he don't feel like that. Or if Omar was a liberal, he don't feel like that. But as a Christian, they might be. Here's my point, though. Even though as a Christian, I understand that I'm a law person, I'm a legal person, I understand the rules. There are rules to the game. You got to change the rules first, President Trump. So, President Trump, imagine if we came in the Trump Towers and we tell you how much you charge for your hotel rooms. So we're going to Trump Towers in Chicago and say, President Trump, he got a hotel room for $800 on a Saturday night or on a Friday night. And I'm going to come in there and I'm going to say, President Trump, you can't charge $800 for hotel rooms whenever groceries so high. President Trump, you're not going to accept that. That's how Harvard feel when you're trying to tell them what they could teach in their university or not, because they don't agree with your ideology. President Trump, them people could teach whatever you want. They want to. You say, oh, we'll hold you $2 billion in funds. Well, they going to sue you. And y'all tell me in this stream, because see, Harvard Law, they real educated, but you don't have to be educated to know this. That's what I'm saying. I got a lot of college credits. I got 170 college credits, but you don't need 170 college credits to know this. If you look at a team of attorneys, the ones who graduated from Ivy League schools, they get respect just from where they graduated from. You graduated from Columbia, you get respect. You graduated from Princeton, you get respect. And Harvard is the top dog. So I'm saying, if I look at your team of lawyers and you got 10 lawyers, you got one from Columbia and one from Harvard. So we say you got a pretty good team. Out of 10, you got 2 Ivy League litigators, right? As long as they good, know what they doing. What I'm saying, President Trump, you going against Harvard Law. Every last one of them is a superstar. President Trump, you trying to sue Harvard. These people are educating America on U.S. law, and you want to go try to sue them people over something they teaching in their own university, trying to hold that money for them. I can never agree with that, Omar. That's a good point. I'm glad you said that. War on education. I'm not too sure about war on education, but what I'm saying is that President Trump, you trying to tell them what they can and can't teach at their university with their over $50 billion endowment. It's not like they got a $1 billion endowment and they getting $2 billion from the government, so they depending on you. You don't have the cards with Harvard. You got the cards with Zelensky. You don't have the cards with Harvard. You're gonna have to go to court with Harvard. And they teach American law. They are the teachers of American law. So President Trump, you trying to take the teachers of American law to court. You don't need an education to break that down. That's analysis, boy. That's common sense. You need common sense to break that down. President Trump, I disagree with that decision completely. Omar, thank you for that comment, man, because I wanted to talk about that. D. Worthy says, I wouldn't be surprised if China lowered wages to counter terrorists. See, D. Worthy, that's the whole point. This is the game, y'all. So look, say America is getting, this just an example. We got to break examples down for these overeducated people. So say China was getting 5 cows from America, beef, 5 cows a day. You super educated people, you go get the super educated numbers, but that's why because you spending too much time on the wrong stuff. Then all I need to know is to understand the situation. Who I got down there? I'm sorry, Omar D. Worthy. The situation is the last time President Trump declared a trade war on China. Say China was getting 5 cows from America. So President Trump saying, okay, I'll get 150% tax off them 5 cows. You know what China did? They said, we don't want 5 cows no more. We want 2. What? Yeah, that's what China did. We don't want 5 cows, no. They slashed the imports. That killed the farmers immediately. They depended on that. You losing 3 cows and you were selling 5 a day. That hurt your pockets. And then President Trump didn't make really no money off the tariffs because China slashed the imports. So you get money off 2 cows, you get extra money off 2 cows, but I done slashed the imports on you. It killed the Chinese economy. It didn't really hurt America that bad. It killed the farmers, but President Trump took that tariff money and gave it to the farmers. That's what I'm saying. If I was smart, forecast. You got educated people. I'm trying to tell y'all what's finna happen. You're going to need to put out a stimulus anyway if you keep on with this trade war. You're going to have to do that anyway. A lot of people going to have to get them. So if I'm proactive, I'm finna go, if I'm talking about pain, okay, listen, tell me, let's do it this way. Omar, Miss Lori, y'all, I'm going to get Ned, I'm going to get down there. I promise y'all just give me a second. Bear with me. Y'all listen to me, please, for just a second, D-Worthy. Now, imagine if I come in this game. This what could have happened. Common sense, too educated, though. You can't be that smart and have common sense, too. You got to dumb down some of that education and insert some of that common sense. So say I come in the game, and the whole time I was running my campaign, I was saying, hey, y'all don't feel that economic, because President Trump, and we talk about saying eggs, President Trump he had speeches at the White House where he got eggs and stuff out. So that must be important, the groceries. So he could say, hey, y'all don't feel no relief in the grocery store because President Biden, sorry, he really ain't running the country anyway. He got Kamala or somebody running the country, a combination of people, President Obama. You see what I'm saying? So President Biden, sorry, I know y'all know he's sorry letting all them people in the country, and we can't feel it in the grocery stores. Y'all vote for me. And when he got elected, he could have done a bunch of town halls, and he could say, hey, y'all, look, check this out. Our trade deficits are bad. We got to fix them. He said, oh, I've been saying that the whole time. Oh, yeah, you have, Ghost, but you the president now. You ain't no candidate. You the president now. So listen to me. So, hey, y'all, our trade deficits are bad. We need to fix our trade deficits. But what we going to do is we going to start a committee. And I have Elon, the head of the committee. We going to take 90 days. We going to get with the department heads. We going to find out what we could cut. We going to let Elon do the cutting. Slowly. Elon do the cutting. Finish with the cutting. 90 days, finish with the cutting. Okay, y'all, come to the American people. We got to fix these trade deficits slowly. It's going to cause some pain to y'all. We already got a stimulus package waiting on you. My stock market ain't never going in the right. I'm going to be proactive. If you care about the American people, if you care about the job and you care about what you're doing, you're going to be proactive for every problem that America has. It ain't no way in the world President Trump, with all those economic people around him, these are businessmen. These men know everything I'm saying. They learned this back in 1980 and forgot it. That you come out doing all that negative talking, you know the stock market gonna go down. And now he got people on TV, hosts, I ain't gonna call your network name, and they just talking about pain. Oh yeah, we gonna feel pain, y'all. We gonna feel pain. You gonna feel pain. Nah, you gonna feel pain in 2026, bro. They gonna get rid of you. That's what's finna happen to you, President T. They gonna put them Democrats in there. That's why they movement growing. You gonna feel the pain. You don't come out. The American voters already feeling pain. The wrong set of words. Don't even say them words no more. President Trump don't say the word pain no more. They already feeling it in the grocery store. So when you saying that, they looking at you like, is this man for real? What pain you talking about? You mean more pain? We already feel pain, man. You mean more pain? Oh, no, bro, they backing up off you, President Trump. That's why your approval rating on the economy is at an all-time low, and that was his all-time strength. You see what I'm saying? Let me jump in here. I promise y'all I was going to do this. Poppin' J says, I think Trump's son will run. Which one? Man, that's a good, I'm gonna pin that, Poppin' J. I didn't even think about that. Because if he do, he probably going to get a whole lot of support. A lot of support to keep that Trump name going and that brand going. Legal Wars podcast, y'all, is Thursday, forecast and analysis. The question is do you feel any kind of relief from when President Biden was president to President Trump is president now? See, these politicians be slick. This is what the politicians say when they running for election. Oh, as the last 4 years, are you better off the last 4 years? Well, I got a question for the stream. Are you better off the last 100 days than? Are you better off? That's the question economically. Because that's why he won the election. Immigration, bro, President Trump is doing a great job on immigration. A+. That's my opinion. Look at the border. He fixed it. A+, super A+. You feel what I'm saying? Super duper A+ on immigration, President Trump. Besides that one incident, if somebody want to talk about it, y'all put it down below in the chat and we can. But besides that one incident, you had President Trump on immigration, great job. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I want to say this right quick, y'all, before I get back down in them comments with you, Omar and Ned. Forecast and analysis. Here we go. President Trump, when you came into the White House, you chose what we said, Miss Lori. President Trump chose to litigate instead of legislate. That was your decision, President Trump. The most executive orders U.S. history. So that was your decision. President Trump, don't go against the court. You need the court. All of your whole agenda, because you didn't go to Congress and you went through the courts, President Trump, your whole agenda is sitting on the desk of the court. So don't go against the court, President Trump. That's suicide. They could wreck your whole agenda. Because, see, if y'all follow this content, y'all heard CNN and them talking, oh, I'm sorry, no names. Y'all heard the news agencies talking about a constitutional crisis. It ain't never going to be no constitutional crisis. I told y'all that. It's going to be a contempt of court. It's going to be, we going to come put handcuffs on you. In what country, what state in America you ain't going to obey a judge's order? I don't care who you are. Y'all don't understand government. The first branch of government, Congress, second branch of government, he got the powers of a king overseas. When Ukraine, President Trump represents America, he got the powers of the king when he deal with Russia and China. But you talking about in America, the law is king. That judge got the power of a king in America. His decree is going to go over anything President Trump's saying if he reading the law. Because he understands the law better than President Trump. He been doing it his whole life. Well qualified to be a federal judge. You know what I'm saying? Let me jump down in here with y'all. D. Worthy says, I lost more than 100 days than I have the last 2 years. God dang. You heard what D. Worthy said? That's hard, man. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's what counts, President Trump. It's how the people feel, President Trump. You got to put boots on the ground. Legal Wars Podcast, man. Y'all kicking it with y'all boy Ghostwriter, man. Y'all jump down in them comments, man. Y'all get down in that poll. Y'all let y'all voices be heard. I ask that y'all double tap the screen if y'all haven't already. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, super chat, super sticker, super thanks. Start at 99 cents. Y'all hit that button below with the $ in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Miss Lori Walsh, thank you for that donation, guys. We need to get them donations up. We've only had one the whole stream, guys. And channel memberships start at $2.99. D. Worthy, welcome to the family, guys. We got a lot of content up, a lot of exclusive videos. I appreciate the support in advance. Ned, let me get you up in here. My boy, he said, tanked in 3 months. The whole economy starts a trade war on the whole world, destroying friendship with neighbors and allies. You see what I'm saying? That's a sentiment that the American people are feeling, President Trump. Forget politics. Forget the Democrats. The Democrats might be saying that too. But what about the independent voters, President Trump? What is your approval rating amongst independent voters? Because I seen a poll where it's below 30%. President Trump, you're not going to be on the ballot too in 2026. So if your approval rating don't get over 30% over the Democrats, over the same, is history repeating itself. The same thing happened in 2018. He came in there with control of both chambers of the House. Tell me where I'm wrong. He had more control of Congress back then than he does now. Tell me where I'm wrong at. The Democrats took over because of that chaos, and they impeached him twice in 2 years. Tried to do it a third time when he wasn't even in the office, so he couldn't come back. So they're going to do that again. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Those actions going to have consequences. Them Democrats, they indicted everybody around him too. They want Elon bad. Elon's smart to duck out. If he had the right people around him, he might not get indicted. Because they're going to come for you, Elon. I promise you. They can't do nothing right now. Representative Crockett can't do nothing right now. It's certain things that they can't bring to the floor. It's certain moves that they can't make that their constituents asking them to do. They got millions of people around the Trump begging the Democrats to impeach you, President Trump. You gotta, man, that's the whole, if you don't care about that kind of stuff, you're gonna eventually lose. You got to be able to look at what the other side doing, boy. This a fight. And you don't care what they doing. Them boys over there building an army on you, and they coming to destroy you, President Trump. They building an army, and they coming to destroy you. Representative Green from Texas, he got a countdown on the floor of Congress in the people's house until they come impeach you, President Trump. You got all these yes men around you. You did last time. Your lawyer, they went to jail. President Trump's lawyer went to jail for 3 years. That's what I'm saying. Y'all sitting there listening. The people who don't know, educated people like our boy was saying, no disrespect. But I'm saying y'all sitting there listening to like some greatness, like you forgot what happened last time. The same time President Trump missed jail by this much. The court gave him a chance, and he don't. That's why I'm saying, President Trump, that's suicide to go against the court. If that court said go get that boy out of jail, I'm saying you better do what that court said, because your whole agenda in the court, it's like, bro, President Trump, you ran a play on yourself. You took your whole agenda and gave it to the court, and then you talking about impeaching. You know that you talk about impeaching one judge, you might as well talk about impeaching them all. They stick together like police officers. You talk about one cop, all of them. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even plugged in that boys club, but I'm a ride with Harvard Law over that. Yeah. Harvard taught us the law, President Trump. All the legal people in America, I ain't gonna bend no knee to nobody but God, but you talking about Harvard Law. That's dignity. The dignity of the law. They taught us the law. They taught us, like, I'm talking about outside of religion and Jesus, the law. They teach us how to live peaceably with people, man. How to respect people, how to have empathy. You can't go against Harvard Law, President T. I don't see no W's for you. Let me see. Omar says, Destroy is crazy. He is a criminal. We just want to arrest him. Omar, man, I'm trying to tell you they ain't listening. Good morning, Irene, baby. They not listening, bro. And I'm trying to tell them. You talking about contempt of court, you could laugh at it, but I'm saying, listen, y'all figure this out. So I'm going to tell y'all this story. So President Trump, he deports a Maryland guy who is an American citizen, but President Trump said he was a gang member. Well, he deported him. Well, that man's family, his wife is American citizen. His 2 children are American citizen, and she's saying a different story. She got a different story. Whether she right or wrong, she got a different story. That's how we do it in America. The court is made to settle disputes. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got the common sense. The learning, smart, intelligent, you too smart. Throw away the education. This is what you do. I have enough intelligence that I got from my father. Because people talk about me being uneducated. I have a sister who, I'm talking about UCLA, bro. Top of the class. I got a sister who a doctor. You understand? That's in my bloodline on my daddy's side. You talking about just being smart. I'm saying, like, but you get a some of that smart, and you got to put that smartness away, and you got to bring up some common sense, man. Your common sense is how we gonna get this done. You can't get this done by just looking at all numbers and blah 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 blah. You analytical. Oh, I'm educated. You educated, but you crashing the car into the wall. You don't need no education to learn how to drive a car. You need common sense and training. You feel me? There's a bunch of different types of intelligence. You got people who, like my sisters in them. I'm talking about, man, one of my sisters, bro, she had 103 average in algebra for the whole year. 103 average in algebra. I'm talking about this high school. How you get 103 for the whole year? You ain't made one mistake. I'm talking about got plenty, but there's a certain point where you got to put that smartness down, and you got to start exercising common sense. You use the education or the smartness to let you know what's going on or have the understanding. And when you apply your reaction or how you move forward, I move with common sense and logic. No, you can't teach no common sense and logic. You gotta acquire wisdom. That's acquired. You gotta earn that. You feel what I'm saying? Omar, I'm coming down there, my boy. Let me see. I see Tony in here. I want to try to get everybody in here. D-Worthy. Okay, he says he tanked in 3 months the whole economy. I read that one already. Let me see. John said, that's why these foul judges need to be limited. No, that's not how we do that. That's not how we do that, John. Okay, John. So how he foul? Tell me how the judge foul. Tell me how the judges foul. Omar, am I wrong? What John's saying, the foul judges need turn. How the judge foul? Because he rule against you. You can't, that, bro. So, okay, the referees. So I'm playing the game. I'm playing a basketball game. John, listen to this. It's common sense. I'm finna give you some common sense. I'm playing a basketball game. Hooping. Let's say I play for the New Jersey Nets, okay? Don't tell nobody, but say I had $1 million contract. And say it's a Lamborghini that I really want, and I got a bonus in this contract. So I got to make 4 threes. If I make 4 3-pointers in this basketball game, 4 3-pointers in this basketball game, I could get that Lambo. And I could pay my house note. I won't lose my house. I'm going to make an extra $1 million. If I hit 4 threes, say you hit 3, and you step back to that shoot that 4, this on the whole game. And say one of your players touched the ball or didn't touch the ball. They thought they touched the ball as it went to the rim, and so the referee got to make the call whether you get that 3 or not. That's what happened with President Trump. The courts, the referees, the judge made the referees, they made that call and they let the people decide. The people decided, and President Trump didn't go to prison. So my thing is, John, now you coming back in game number 2 and you don't like the referee's call. Now you want the referees kicked out of jail after they helped you win the game. You wouldn't even be in the game if it weren't for the referees. Now you coming back in the game, you don't like the refs call, so you want the refs kicked out the game. You want new refs so he can make the call you want him to make. Instead of adjusting to the rules like everybody else and winning, you want to stand up here and be a crybaby and try to change the rules and bulldoze your way in. That's not how you do it. You got to outsmart them jokers, bro. You got to move in silence. You got to know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, boy, get you some people who know what you're doing, what they doing. I'm saying Joe Biden didn't have none. I don't remember Joe, but none of these problems. The people just didn't feel no relief. But what relief you feel under President Trump? That's what I'm saying. But we didn't have no chaos. We didn't have no stock market crashing. We didn't have no people getting fired. We didn't have no chainsaws. We didn't have no president telling the American people they gonna feel pain with $100 eggs. We didn't have none of that. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. With President Trump, we got all of that, and America is making money, but what we got out of it? We ain't got nothing yet. Me personally, I'm still waiting to see if the government works. When I get it, I'm going to testify to it, but I'm still waiting. And when I get what I'm going to get, I'm going to be true what I'm going to be true with. But until then, I'm just saying, man, I'm just trying to be real because President Trump, them people around you, they're not being real with you, man. Or they might not know. Like I'm saying, if they ain't got nobody, you ain't got nobody in your cabinet going in the grocery store, how they know the price of groceries? How they going to know that? Oh, they're going to watch the TV and see what they watching on the TV talking about. Well, the TV ain't going to keep talking about the price of groceries high. But I'm saying that man who got a wife and 2 kids and he makes $60,000 a year and he's struggling to pay his bills and support his family, his wife going to tell him every day them groceries are high. Or that man who got that 70-year-old man who got $500,000 in the stock market, who worked his whole life and then lost everything he owned over some President Trump doing, man. I'm saying, come on, man. We got to have compassion and empathy, man. Where I'm wrong. Reagan, what's up? He's saying, Democrats, tell me how I'm a Democrat, my brother. I can't argue with that because the people who know, no, I'm not no Democrat. Ask Omar. Omar, you think I'm a Democrat? Omar been in here for 2 streams, and he could tell you 1,000% that he don't think I'm a Democrat. Omar, tell who that said that? Who that said that? Reagan? Omar, tell Reagan if you think I'm a Democrat. Because I don't know any Democrats who will come out and say that they against abortion, because I'm against abortion. Ask national Democrats. They know my name. They know I'm against abortion. I don't know any Democrat who's for a born man playing a woman. No, I'm not for none of that crazy stuff, that weirdo stuff, that freak stuff. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Democrat, ain't I? It's a Democrat who against abortion, he against transgenders, he against 2 men define the sanctity of marriage. I'm a Democrat. Come on, man, I'm a truth teller. You feel me? I'm not going to be like you, though, sir, and tell you what I could tell you. You might be a Kool-Aid drinker. Some of them Trump supporters, they drink Kool-Aid, man. That Jim Jones juice, they going to drink. Trump going to tell them to drink the poison. Here goes some short-term pain. VP Harris was telling y'all the whole time that you finna pay more money. The only reason y'all voted for him over her is because you thought you was going to get something from him. You thought that you was going to pay less money for something that it ain't turn out like that. How many people voted for President Trump thought that you going to go in the grocery store and eggs going to go from $4.50 in Houston for 18 eggs, $4.50 in Houston a year ago under Joe Biden. And y'all got President Trump. I come to Mississippi where them eggs supposed to be cheaper and you getting 12 for $6. They done the price of eggs almost doubled. Aloha Kitty said that. The girl used to moderate this stream. She said that months ago. She said in November or December, the price of eggs ain't going down. The price of groceries ain't going down. You might not care. But I'm saying the majority of voters who make less than $50,000 a year, they care. That man who's struggling to take care of his family. He working, doing the right thing, the American dream, every day getting up, going to work. They going to church. He got a wife and 2 kids, and he 27, and he trying to come up. And they voted for you because they believed in crypto. They believed in the stock market. They believed in this, and they ain't seeing none of this. Tell me where I'm wrong at. I'm a Democrat talking like that. That sound like I'm a Democrat. That ain't no Democrat, though. That's a truth speaker. That's a rescuer. What you don't understand, sir, is President Trump's political house. I smell something in the air. It smells like it's burning. What's that you smell, Ghost? Ghost said he smells something. What you smelling, Ghost? President Trump. Y'all don't think President Trump's political house, the first time, y'all don't think it burned down? Look at, so he didn't lose the election, but regardless of what you're saying, look at January 6th. I'm saying that's almost the definition of burning something down. You know what I mean? I'm smelling that smell, President Trump. It smell like something burning. You don't need yes men. You don't need people who saying, I'm for President Trump, whatever he does. You don't need nobody around you like that, President Trump. That's how you got impeached last time. Because you had people around who just for whatever. And while they for whatever, it's 10 of y'all and it's 10,000 of them other ones, and they mounting up and they coming to get you. It's 10 of y'all. Y'all think y'all got, we had 88 million people voted. Y'all think if President Trump ran an election today, he would get elected. Today, right now. If you ran that same election back, after they seen 100 days of you governing President Trump, you think you would have won that election? If y'all think that, you done bumped your head 3 times. If they run that same election back, them people ain't vote for you this time, President Trump. I can assure you that. You're going to keep your Republican base and maybe some of them people y'all drawn in, but that 27-year-old I'm talking about who's seen President Trump and Mickey D's and that on that garbage dumpster and seen President Trump at the White House with the price of groceries, promising to get the price of groceries down. You got to stand 10 toes on what you say, boy. You don't get no participation trophies in this game. It's a dirty world, boy. It's a cold world, boy. You talking about you coming out putting taxes on the whole world. On the whole world, you think these people, bro, you crippling people. You don't understand that this man just lost 70 years old, he voted for President Trump, and he lost $300,000 of his life savings he worked hard for. It don't mean nothing to you. It means something to him. That's what I'm saying. And that's why Bernie Sanders you got 80, bro, you got to listen to the people. If you don't listen to the people, they're going to burn your house down. I promise. Y'all smell that? I smell gasoline. That's what happened last time, President Trump. But you got people around him like, oh, yeah, President Trump, we support you. President Trump, declare war on China and Russia at the same time. I know what you need to do, President Trump. You need to send a nuclear missile at Moscow. You stupid. You gonna let this man destroy the whole world because you sitting there want to drink some Kool-Aid, drink some poison. Here go the poison. Bro, I love President Obama to death. I wouldn't do that with President Obama. I wouldn't do that with VP Harris if she would have won. If VP Harris would have won and putting tariffs on the whole world and it's getting expensive and we already out here suffering and struggling. Oh, you rich, you ain't got to worry about it. Or you might be like D. Worthy. You might be a young man who just don't never have to go grocery shopping and always on the road and got a really good job and he's single. It don't mean nothing to him. But you talking about 340 million people, bro. It means something to a lot of people, bro. A whole lot of people, man. Legal Wars Podcast, y'all. We in here cooking, man, on this beautiful Thursday morning, man. If you guys have not liked the video, I ask that you guys will like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell, guys. Super chat, super sticker, super thanks. They start at 99 cents, guys. That button below with the $sign in it, y'all just hit that button with the $sign. Your donations are much appreciated. Guys, if y'all want to become a member of the channel memberships start at $2.99, guys, and we would appreciate your donation, guys. The truth, people ain't never heard somebody tell the truth like me. They don't understand it. They don't understand how somebody could support Jasmine Crockett and wish good for President Trump too. They don't understand that. I mean, I don't know what to tell them. I am who I am, bro. I'm not no worse than what I am, and I'm not no better than what I am. You know, the problems I have the problems I have, but one problem I don't have is being able to see the truth. I don't have no problems with that. I could see the truth clearly, man. And I speak truth. Like it, lump it, or choke on it, bro. I smell fire. What make you think that he wants? So you really thinking in your mind that he ain't gonna get impeached? If the Democrats, if Hakeem Jeffries become the Speaker of the House, I could guarantee you 10,000% he impeached. 100,000, 100 million. Who want to bet me? Bet your life savings on it. If Hakeem Jeffries become the Speaker of the House, President Trump impeached, and it's going to be a whole lot of people getting indicted. They trying to do it right now. Contempt of court. You just sit back and watch. The people the same, bro, I go through every time I come on here, bro, it's just the same time last year they were saying the same stuff, doing the same thing, and we see how it turned out. I don't want to say I told you so, dum-dum. Go in the store and pay 5 times the price of what you paid for before while you're drinking your Kool-Aid. We gonna keep speaking out. You go in the store and you happily pay 5 times the price of what you were paying for last year. And you drink your Kool-Aid and you keep drinking your Kool-Aid. But us regular Americans, we gonna let our voice be heard. Yes, indeed. And you gonna hear it on if it don't change, you're gonna start hearing it in July. But guaranteed next November, you're gonna hear it. You can't get no stimulus next summer. In the summer of 2026, we ain't gonna want no stimulus. You better give them right now. Because keep going down that path, bro, it ain't gonna be no return from that. And you could take that how you want to. I don't care who you are, I'm gonna tell you exactly. That's exact. God told me to tell you that. With my head checked and crazy. Head checked and crazy. You feel me? Head checked and crazy. But I hope you don't go to jail. He don't go to jail for real this time, because they gonna come for him. Let me see what my boy said. Omar says, why did you vote for him? I would like to know that too. Black Queen Trump, why did you vote for President Trump? Because look, whatever reason you voted for him, to see him, whether or not he has been successful in his ventures. If you voted for him for economic reasons, I don't see how. I'm looking for the economic success. Maybe long term, you might see it long term, but 100 days, it's not there. If you voted for him for immigration, then he did what you voted. He doing all of that. Yeah, immigration, he get an A+. If you voted for him for moral issues, well, he's standing with Christians times 30. Triple A+. What you voted for him for? That's the whole thing, whether or not you're satisfied or not. And if he survives impeachment, it's going to depend on whether or not the plurality of the voters in 2026 across all states. Because we had, what y'all just seen in Wisconsin, if y'all think, so what you think going to happen if he keep doing what he doing? What happened in Wisconsin? You think that's going to change? No, it's going to get worse. Y'all going to get wiped out across the board. Republicans going to get wiped out across the board. Because I'm trying to tell you, 2026 going to be too late. President Biden tried that on immigration. President Biden closed the board. On immigration, what he did. But it was too late because the people looking at it like he was a president for 4 years and then he going to wait 5 months before election and now he want to get tough on. Nah, they ain't buying it. So that's what I'm saying, that they're looking at President Trump. He's been the president for 1.5 years and now he want to talk about stimuluses. We've been paying 10 times for grapes. You got a $2 grapes, you gonna end up paying $5 for $2 grapes. And you sitting there drinking the Kool-Aid, it don't mean nothing. And that's how inflation is. Before long, you want to blow for bread, you're gonna pay $15 for it. You ain't gonna be able to afford nothing. You stupid like just sitting there, just let them jack up the prices on everything. Oh yeah, a 32-inch TV costs $5,000 now. 32-inch TV costs $5,000. Oh, go President Trump. Yeah, that ain't nothing. I got $5,000 for a 32-inch TV. You clowning. You a clown. You know, how you let somebody take the country into the pits? We don't do that. We the people, we gonna stand up. We letting our voices be heard. This ain't no hate on President Trump. I ain't burning no Teslas. This ain't got nothing to do with that. This got something to do with what Omar said. What you voted for him for? For whatever reason you voted for him for, that lets me know whether or not you think he's doing a good job. If you voted for him for the economy, which if he got 88 million votes, I don't know that. I never read that before, but I heard somebody say that. If he got 88 million votes, I guarantee you 30, 40 million of them voted for him because of the economy. Them people are not happy. That's all I'm saying. 10% of the people who voted for him for the economy, the Kool-Aid drinkers. Here come President Trump. Oh, y'all come drink this Kool-Aid. This Kool-Aid gonna make you go to heaven if you drink this Kool-Aid. If you drink this Kool-Aid, you gotta pray 30 times more for everything, and then it'll be better when I leave office. But you gotta pay 30 times more for everything right now. And then you got people who really gonna drink that. You got people in America so stupid, some of them in the stream right now. President Trump could charge you $30 for a gallon of gas and you still gonna support him. You that stupid, you that slow, or that educated, or whatever word you want to use for. But where I'm from, we call you stupid. It's a common sense revolution. That's what President Trump is, common sense. I ain't paying no $10 for something that costs $1. Why you sitting there putting in money in what account? That's who watching the tariff money, by the way? Who watching the account with the tariff money in it? Who watching it? Because President Trump, the Democrats said you a crook. That's what the Democrats said. I didn't say it. The Democrats said that. So who watching the tariff money? Who watching the account with the tariff money? That's my question. Because I'm saying you want to pay $30 for something you paid $2 for to say that you support President Trump. You a whole sucker. The world full of suckers, bro. Full of them. The world full of peons. The world full of idiots. That's how politicians win. They lie to you. They tell you they're going to make stuff cheaper and make it 5 times higher. They putting the money over there in some account and your stupid butt paying higher for everything and you supporting it. You stupid. We ain't supporting that, bro. President Trump, we need them prices down. That's what you told us. How many of us heard President Trump say he was going to lower the price of everything? How many of us heard him say that? For that, I'll say that's fraud. They need to start charging politicians with fraud. That's fraud. Ain't nothing lower. I heard him say that with my own ears. I heard President Trump with my own ears say that he was going to lower the price of everything. Don't make me make a video with him saying it in the video. Don't make me do that. Irene said she heard him. Just for Irene, just telling the truth, baby. You know I like truth tellers. If you don't know that, baby, you gonna know it now. For her testifying to the truth. Miss Irene testifying to the truth. She said she heard him say it. That's what we talking about. We said we heard him say that he was going to lower the price of groceries, that everything was going to get lowered. That's why he won the election. Ain't none of it happened now. Go drink your Kool-Aid. Go pay for your $57 eggs and support President Trump. Believe us alone, because we ain't going with that. I don't care who you are. Joe Biden got up out of there. And I was on the stream saying he let so many people across the border. Joe Biden just opened the doors up and just let everybody come in. We don't care who you are. That's why President Trump and them tripping over he gonna just let everybody in. Yeah, I'll talk about him too. You're gonna talk about the truth. Y'all stand with the politicians. I'm standing with the people. Like my brother Angelo, he a Republican. What's up, Angelo? Thank you for that donation, my boy. You know I love you and miss you. Y'all, I just want to give y'all a little rundown on Angelo. Angelo been in here from day one, so he knows, okay? Now, my boy Angelo, he voted for President Trump. He a Trump supporter. He let me know, too, Trump was going to win, and he was right. But Angelo know a lot of stuff I was saying that VP Harris was saying was right too. We see it now. Angelo, the question is, you might support him, you might stand 10 toes, but the majority of Americans, if that election was held today, would he win today? Today, the majority of Americans. We seen what happened in Florida. He squeaked out. Squeaking out in your own red districts, winning them by 15 points. Them districts, you won 30 points 100 days ago. They have another election in that same district, you move 15. You moving 20 points in these districts. If that election was held today, he'll get his cream crop. That's what I'm saying, Angelo. If you don't want him to get impeached again, speak the truth, man. That's how you save him, by telling him the truth. He finna walk right back into a house fire. And because you want to support him and you want him to make you think you for him, you gonna let him get burnt up. No, President Trump, stop. That's the same thing you did last time. The same exact thing. Who that lawyer is, Stephen Miller, they gonna try to lock you up, boy. They did Cohen last time. Angelo said, salute to all my Trump supporters. Y'all are the true American patriots. Trump's taking care of business like a boss. Yeah, he is. And Angelo, I'm a patriot too, my brother. Thank you for that super chat. I'm a patriot too. I love my country. But Angelo, where your cut at? Where your cut at? Yeah, America already rich. Yeah, we need to cut our deficits. Trade, and we need to cut our budgets. We need to balance everything out. Yes, we spending too much. We do, yes. Ain't nobody really hurting in America, and the people that's hurting, we can help feed and help them. In the meantime, President T, y'all getting billions of dollars a day off these tariffs. Where my cut at? Angelo, where your cut at? Samuel Ponce, my brother, where your cut at, Samuel? You see what I'm saying? Omar, where your cut at? Irene, ask President Trump, where my cut at? I'm an American patriot. America making billions, but we got to pay more money to make them billions. We paying higher prices for them billions. We want our stimulus. We want our cut. Y'all stand up, y'all call y'all representatives, and y'all tell them we want our stimulus. We want our cut. We want our cut. Finally. This ain't no black person thing. This ain't no white person thing. This ain't no Hispanic person thing. This is an American thing. This is a taxpayer thing. They've been getting over on us. We want our cut. Tell them that. Listen, my boy Angelo, with that another $5 donation, guys. If you guys want to donate to the channel like my brother's doing, you know what I'm saying? Super chat, super stickers, super thanks. They start at 99 cents. Just hit that button below with the $sign in it. Angelo, I really appreciate your donation. Thank you so much, my brother. If you guys want to become a member of the channel memberships are $2.99. Guys, those channel memberships, if y'all want to donate or help out, I would love for y'all to do channel memberships like my boy D Worthy did. And your donations, again, are much appreciated. So my boy Angelo says, Ghost, if Kamala would have won, it would have been an utter disaster. What is it now? That's what I'm saying. Angelo, you saying this ain't no disaster? Angelo, let's be real. I'm not no hater. I'm a realist. Is that war in Israel? Is that war over? What he said, though, Angelo, I ain't going to do no video like this, Angelo, because I could play a lot of promises that he made to the people about a war in Israel being over. It's not over. About a war in Russia being over. In one day, that war ain't over, Angelo. That's what I'm supposed to do. Drink some Kool-Aid or I'm going to be real. You said you're going to end that war in one day in Russia. How many people in this stream heard him say that? That war ain't over. What we talking about? You said you're going to lower the price the day you ain't did that. All the bad stuff you said you did, you doing that. You trying to put American citizens in a jail, and bro, this dude, bro, what's the man? It's about being tough. You being tough, you looking tough, and you, Angelo, man, I don't see it, bro. You know I love you, Angelo. Irene, with that $1.99 donation, thank you, baby. Thank you so much, Irene. I would love for you to become a member of this channel. I'm gonna go ahead and do this right now. Because I love your energy, girl. I swear. Samuel, let me get you in here too, because I see you in here. D Worthy, hold up. He says that y'all worried about a hidden agenda. We will see how this plays out. That's what I'm saying, D Worthy. I don't listen, y'all. I'm not saying that he got a hidden agenda. I don't know if he got a hidden agenda or not. I'm not sure about that. D Worthy, I'm just trying to say this is how you could win. That's what I'm saying, in my opinion. Omar, tell me where I'm wrong. Angelo, tell me where I'm wrong. Angelo, he was in office 4 years. Okay? Am I wrong or right? So he was in office from 2016 through 2020, okay? So 2017, he assumes office. He's got control of the House and the Senate. For 2 years, he governed. The Democrats, they won an election. He was less chaotic in his first 2 years back then. He didn't have Elon and the firings in his first 2 years back then. He didn't have Doge. His first 2 years back then, the stock market ain't in the trash can. The stock market was through the roof his first 2 years back then. Y'all don't remember. I remember. He didn't have Doge. He didn't have no beef with no veterans. He didn't have a lot of that stuff his first 3 years the last time. The first 2 years he is. So logic, forget your common sense, your education. You need some logic. You need to be able to forecast. This is called forecasting. I'm going to take his first 2 years in 2017 and 2019, okay? And I'm going to look at these 2 years, his first 2 years, okay? In 2025 and 2026, and I'm going to forecast for you. Because in his first 2 years, in 2017 and 2018, he had the Congress and the Senate. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong. That's number one. His first 2 years, he didn't have Doge. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong. That's number two. You ain't got no 100,000, 2 million, whatever firings of people. That's number two. He didn't start no beef with USAID in his first 2 years. That's number three. I'm saying he didn't declare a trade war on the whole world in his first two. That's number four. He didn't say he was going to end the conflict in Israel and in his first two. That's number five. Y'all just can't see it. I could see it. So what I see is what y'all seen in Wisconsin after his first 100 days, Samuel and Angelo, it's going to happen again. That's called history repeating itself. And you're so stupid and you're so slow because you're drinking Kool-Aid and you just want to support the man. And somebody like Ghost, who don't have no dog in the fight, who just going to tell you the truth, saying, President Trump, you walk in that same path that you walked in 2017. You on that same impeachment path, but it's more treacherous because you did worse than you did them first 2 years. It's more treacherous. You on that same impeachment path, President Trump. They're going to try to take your head off your shoulders as soon as they get the power. Angelo, they can't see it. I can. That's why I'm here to help y'all see. Y'all forgot. He had the same power when he came into office last time. The only difference is he didn't win the popular vote, and he did this time. He did a great job the first 3 years. I'm not saying he's not going to do it, but what I'm saying is how he's starting off is a lot different. Last time he started off, Angelo, with the stock market in the green. This time it's in the red. Big difference. 2016, President Trump, you keep listening to them people drinking the Kool-Aid, following you, you're going to get impeached again. They're going to remember you as the only president that got impeached 1,000 times. But this time, I think they're going to they're going to try to get rid of you. That contempt of court, President Trump, they're trying to get rid of us. They're trying to take some heads. And y'all just sitting over there sleeping, thinking that he just over there, and you sleepwalking, and some of y'all sleepwalk straight into hell. You gonna sleepwalk straight into jail because you so smart and you know everything, and you gonna say you want to support somebody. I'm supporting and I'm loving my family members. Say that's my daddy. But if I see my daddy going into a house that I know got a fire in that he can't see, I'm not gonna let him go in there because I'm trying to be cool with him. Oh, I want to be cool with my daddy. So, I ain't going to say nothing, but daddy going in the house and he probably ain't going to come out because he probably going to burn up. But I ain't going to say nothing to him because I want to be cool with him. And you're going to destroy him. And that's what the Republicans did to him last time. They destroyed him. Because Sean, you pumping them. Don't pump them. You gassing them up. Don't gas them up, bro. That stuff you doing is crazy. Them people ain't going to let that go. They ain't going to forget that. They're going to come for your head. Them Democrats, they're going to try to manipulate the market. They're going to make sure that market crash. They're going to make sure them eggs are high. Let's talk about Prop 12. Angelo, D. Worthy, 2 years. 2017 to 2019, 2019 to 2020, 2020 to 2021, 2022 to 2023, 2024 to 2025, 2026 to 2027, 2028 to 2029, 2030 to 2031, 2032 to 2033, 2034 to 2035, 2036 to 2037, 2038 to 2039, 2040 to 2041, 2042 to 2043, 2044 to 2045, 2046 to 2047, 2048 to 2049, 2050 to 2051, 2052 to 2053, 2054 to 2055, 2056 to 2057, 2058 to 2059, 2060 to 2061, 2062 to 2063, 2064 to 2065, 2066 to 2067, 2068 to 2069, 2070 to 2071, 2072 to 2073, 2074 to 2075, 2076 to 2077, 2078 to 2079, 2080 to 2081, 2082 to 2083, 2084 to 2085, 2086 to 2087, 2088 to 2089, 2090 to 2091, 2092 D Worthy? Y'all go look up Prop 12. Since I don't know nothing, tell me how the governor of California can manipulate the prices of groceries across the whole world. A governor. And you know he had President Trump's neck. He just sued him over them tariffs. I'm trying to tell y'all what it is. I've been telling y'all about Governor Newsom. Y'all think Governor Newsom is a clown. Like Governor Newsom ain't connected, like he ain't got power. Y'all act like California don't run this, boy. Stop playing. Y'all act like California don't run this, boy. California run this. We know this. The largest and the richest, boy, the most powerful. California run this, boy. I know this. You might not know this. You might not know this. Angelo says, I just want to tell y'all Kamala Harris supporters. My brother, know I love him. You're welcome in advance. Don't forget me once Trump is done with his second term. Angelo, I'm talking about short term, Angelo, not long term. I salute President Trump, Angelo, on what he's doing with China. It has to get done. President Trump's not going to talk about it. People not reporting on it, but the Chinese are being ultra aggressive out there. What President Trump is doing with China has to be done, but that's a long-term strategy, Angelo. You can't implement one. It's like ABC stuff, ABC politics. This man is implementing one strategy. My one strategy, Angelo, is to go at China, and you know it's going to be some economic pain. The people are already feeling the pain, but you so smart and so educated. Not you, Angelo. They so smart, Angelo. I'm gonna just come out and say, hey, y'all know it's gonna be pain, 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 pain. Go pay $40 for a carton of eggs, and just because I'm President Trump, you know what I'm saying? I could go kill somebody in the middle of town hall and get away with it just because I'm President Trump. Y'all go, nah, that's not how it works, Angelo. This is what you do. You have a plan, not a concept of a plan to deal with the pain before the tariffs. He did it before. He know he had to bail out the farmers before. He knows this before he come in the office before. Tell me where I'm wrong at. He knows that. So before you even get the tariffs, it's like he just pulling strings, trying to look good. I'm saying what Elon did, y'all don't realize that. The Democrats don't realize that now. But when they ratify that, codify that, and put that in the bill, I looked at them. Them cuts look pretty good, Elon. Good job. And put that in the bill. I don't care if he didn't cut $1 trillion. I don't care if he only cut 100 million. He cut something that's better than nothing. And them firings, they're going to save money when the years go on, like Angelo's saying. That's great. But Angelo, that's just one part of the economic plan. The second part is not to come out and say pain, pain, pain. He got your news anchors on, I'm going to say it, I'm sorry, on Fox. This man talking about, oh yeah, y'all, we going to feel some pain. Bro, this dude is helping you get beat in an election. If I was Jasmine, all I'm going to do is play what this dude's saying. He's saying, oh, we going to feel some pain. And at the same time, that 27-year-old who voted for Trump because he believed in the crypto and he believed President Trump going to get some money and going to Trump stimulate whatever, he voted for President Trump. $60,000 a year trying to take care of a family of 4, bruh. In Austin, Texas. And you talking about pain. He doing everything right. He going to church. He worshiping. His wife doing everything right. He working and everything. He a Christian. He a Republican. 27-year-old. Pain. Your voters losing their life savers. Pain, pain, pain. It's just like the chainsaw. Like the dude, you too smart for your own good. Talking about I ain't got no education. That's the reason why you gonna get impeached 100 times. Because you too smart. And where the common sense at? You don't antagonize people if they already paying too much for eggs, but you don't know that because ain't nobody around you going in the store buying no eggs. And you got these stupid people coming on the stream disagreeing with anything you do. Them stupid idiots gonna go in the store and pay $100 for 1 carton of eggs because they dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm not no peon. The only person I'm gonna give that loyalty to, Omar, Irene, Yeah, he probably did already. I'm not gonna get on my boy Elon though, Irene. I can't do that, but he probably did. The only person that I'm gonna give that undying loyalty like that to, that y'all Trump supporters talk about, is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's it. Ain't no other man. I won't even give it to a preacher, but I will give it to a preacher before I would President Trump. Definitely. A real preacher, not a fake preacher. A real one, definitely. But the only person I'm going to give that kind of adoration that we talking about to, Angelo, is the Lord Jesus Christ. That's it. All my faith and trust is in Jesus. That's it. Not no man. I don't give no man that kind of faith and trust. God, the Bible tells us to trust no man. So President Trump, for you standing up for Christians, President Trump, if I could kiss you on your cheek, I would. Thank you, President Trump. I love you. Thank you. For you standing up for abortion, President Trump, thank you. For you defining what a man and a woman is, thank you, President Trump. For you and for Attorney General Bondi standing up for women yesterday, AG, thank you, baby. Thank you. So y'all don't know me. Don't act like you know me. I'm not going to let that man walk into a wall. You let your friends walk into a wall because you care about you trying to be cool. I don't care about that. I care about winning and right and wrong. President, you going to let your son, say President Trump was your son, say his daddy was still alive. Like, I'm looking at this, like, I know politics and I'm seeing the cycle, the same cycle, but this time President Trump for you is going to be worse. Because they got you last time and you did good. They're going to have the people with them this time. They're Democrats, smart. Y'all just ain't that smart. They smart. Them boys cooking. Bernie Sanders doing 80,000 people rallies. He said he ain't never had a week ago, he said he ain't never had a 30,000 people crowd. Now he go to Cali and get 80,000. That look like the Tea Party to me. It's a movement coming. And they're going to wipe them Republicans out in 2026. Forecasting. That's what I do. Educate this. I got 170 college credits. That's a master's level of education. I don't care nothing about that. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about that. Me knowing the capital of Zimbabwe or the capital of South Africa, or the capital of South Africa, or me knowing who the Prime Minister of India is, none of that has nothing to do with common sense, man. It's common sense. The reason why Joe Biden, people didn't hate Joe Biden like that. They looking at Joe Biden as a grandpa. Even Republicans ain't really go hard on him like they did on Obama because they know that man ain't even up there doing. We all know that Joe Biden was not the president. We know that. So President Trump, really, he just over there saying something about him. You know, President Trump was debating him. He was ready to debate Joe Biden 5 times. He ain't even go in there and just swing on him hard. He was just sitting up there like petty pat with him. He know the man is he passed his years. You see what I'm saying? Everybody knew that. Am I right or wrong? Y'all tell me where I'm wrong. Joe Biden wasn't really the president. But what I'm saying is nobody hated Joe Biden like that. It wasn't like Obama where it was some kind of Joe Biden, they don't have hatred for Joe Biden. They look at him like a grandpa who couldn't do nothing right. But what I'm saying, Brian, see, the reason why they voted for President Trump and they got President Biden out of there is because of inflation. And all I'm saying is President Trump 100 days in hadn't fixed it. He made it worse with tariffs, and he making VP Harris and me look like we knew what we were talking about, Brian C. $2. He said representatives will get both. Republic. I don't think so, Brian. I don't think so. That's not what happened last time, Brian. We got to look at history. Thank you, my brother, for that donation, y'all. Legal Wars Podcast, y'all. We cooking. Thursday morning, guys. I ask that everybody in the stream, if you haven't already, that you double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so y'all can always come back when we go live. Super chat, super thanks. Start at 99 cents like my boy Brian C. Y'all hit that button below with the $sign. Brian C., we want to get them channel memberships up. Angelo, man, I need you to be a member, man. Samuel Ponce, Irene, man, I really need you guys as members of this channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Let's see. Who is this? Is that Mike? He says, anybody with charisma can make anybody your best friend, and the same making your enemy. Mike, what's your point, though? You talking about with President Trump? Look, y'all, I'm going to use what Mike said. Y'all know I always try to get everybody in here. I'm going to use what Mike said as a segue to address something that I wanted to address. President Trump's ideology or his worldview, like, I don't think I agree with it, but it's kind of different. Isolationist, like, it's a bunch of stuff going on in there that is politics. My point is, though, is the promises you make to the American people. That's my point. That's if I look at that comment, Mike, and I think about that, the promises you make it to the American people. We didn't know that you was gonna pick a fight with Canada. Listen, what President Trump did, Canada might have been getting over on us, but that's like saying California is getting over on us. That's crazy. Look, my little brother, he might have got over, or my little nephew, they might get over on me now. That's my family. What are we talking about? I'm going to just go talk to him about it and be through with it. I'm not going to start the same fight with my brother as I'm doing with my... See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, you said no education, but I don't know where y'all got y'all education from. Maybe y'all need to come to Mississippi and get some education. Because if you come to Mississippi with that education, you're going to get some common sense. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Canada, your friend. Brian C., that's your friend. Brian C., let's be real. The world, when China looks at America and Canada, they see one country. One country. Look, hold up, Brian. See, I'm finna get that. When the Muslims look at the Europeans, America and Canada, you know what they say? That's the infidel. That's the white devil. They don't see no difference between the French and the Americans because half the Americans that's what we are. Italians, that's who we are. Irish, English, Africans. Like a combination, we are. This is the melting pot. That's what we are. Don't start a fight with your friends over money that makes you look greedy. That's not popular to say, Brian C., to Trump supporters, but it's real and it's facts, and you need to see if Trump was my son, I would say, son, don't start fights with your friends over money. All them, President Trump, y'all need to understand that this is strategy. He needs to cut. We need to stop getting anything from China right now, but we can't. We dependent on it. Listen to me. If you got an ear, listen to me. And go fact check me and tell me where I'm wrong. We need to stop getting everything we can from China. Just like the Chinese cut their imports on beef and they started getting beef from Russia. Everything we get from China, that we need to stop getting everything right now today from China in the middle of this trade war. But how you going to, your imports, if you beefing with the whole world? Brian C., is strategy. Why I'm going to go fight 10 dudes by myself when I got 30 homeboys? President Trump got 30 homeboys. How many countries in NATO? He got 1 million homeboys, and he trying to go fight the big dogs by himself. That don't make it don't matter how smart you are. Common sense and logic, you're not going to beat me with that because the rollout made no sense. Brian Sent said, Dems love seeing America get ripped off by other countries. Look, Brian, see, this is what it is. Hold up, Angelo. Brian, I'm gonna get Angelo in there too. Dems just believe in a different approach, Brian. They believe in a different approach. They believe in soft power. Do you know what soft power is, Brian? That's what they believe in. Angelo says Moses, Noah, King David. Oh, yeah, he talking now. That boy talking. Where he at? King Solomon. Where he at? Where he at, Angelo? He talking now. Y'all on Saturday, Easter Sunday. How many Christians we got in the stream, y'all? Guys, if y'all Christians, y'all say y'all love Jesus. Now, I know this is a political stream, and I'm not trying to, you see what I'm saying? Omar, y'all. Let me get Omar in here. I haven't read a comment from him in a while. He's talking to Angelo. Trump is a proven serial sinner. Why would he stop when he gets in office? He's doing the same thing. Look, this is what I'm saying, okay, guys? Look, it's Easter Sunday, guys, so we are celebrating the birth of a risen king. His name is Jesus. That's our king, man. All my Christians in this stream, President Trump is our president. He can be corrected. He like our brother, our big brother in charge. But he could be corrected. But Jesus, God is our father. That's daddy. It ain't no correcting God, man. That's my king. He my king, y'all. My king rose from the dead, man. And I'm not going to do it on this stream all the way. I ain't going to start preaching to y'all because I am not no preacher. God didn't call me to be no preacher. He called me to defend the rights of the people. Miss Irene, God called me to defend your rights as a woman, especially if you're a black woman. You hear me, baby? Angelo, God called me to defend your rights as my brother. If you're a Hispanic male, you marginalized. You and Omar. Brian C., God called me to defend your rights as my brother, as a Republican supporter. Brian C., if you go to Portland, Oregon, and you get surrounded by Antifa, Brian C., I'm going to come to your rescue, my brother. Y'all know I love y'all, man. Legal... Man, bro, so much therapy, man. Legal Wars podcast, man. We cooking in here on this Thursday morning, man. I'm glad y'all with me, man. If y'all will for me, man, if y'all watching this video, y'all still hanging out with me, or y'all just jumped in after it was pre-recorded, will y'all please double tap that screen for me. It's free to show you boys some love, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so y'all can always come back when we go live, y'all. This Saturday, guys, Angelo, Brian C. at 7 a.m. Central. It's the second episode of God's Mighty Warriors. We talking about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Fearless faith. You feel me? That's what I'm about, Angelo. I'm about the 3 Hebrew children, how the kings speak truth to power. Everybody got a different role. Some people need to serve President Trump, but I'm serving them in a different way. So speaking truth to power, the king told the people, imagine President Trump coming out saying, y'all can't pray to God no more. If I catch one of y'all praying to God, I'm going to throw you in the fire. What? You mean I can't pray to God? I can't pray? Speaking truth to power, you know what they told President Trump? They said, oh, President T, we know you a strong man, you powerful, you got the power, but our God got more power than you. We not praying, we gonna pray to our God, President T. We praying to our God. Yes, indeed. That's what Christians, that's what I'm saying. Y'all like Trump supporters, just like y'all following a man, like, what? What Christian in the Bible did that? What Christian was in the Republican Party in the Bible? Following men like that, Brian C. Because Brian C. always saying Democrats are wicked. I'm saying, what Christian was a Republican in the Bible following a man? Like, nah, that ain't what you do. You ain't your kingdom, nah. We don't care what you talking about, king. Our God, my God is my king, boy. And I tell President Trump that to his face, but I don't have to. Because President Trump loved Christians. And that's why I respect you for that, President Trump. If anybody ever come and say they want to do something to you physically, I will support, and that is disgusting. No, President Trump, I will support, because you love Christians, man. You might not be a Christian, but what you done for Christian people, man, we going to keep you. Yeah, we going to keep you, bro. Now, if you come out there with that Wild Wild West stuff, like they gonna try to put you in jail. I don't care nothing about that as long as you live your life to the end the way you supposed to. Because he protecting Christians. I know President Trump, he's somewhat good. Yeah. And God see that, President Trump. That's why he saved your life. And he did that so you could cut. This is what I believe. You believe what you want to believe. You could believe I'm crazy. I might be. But this is what I believe. I believe God saved President Trump's life because President Trump is good to the Christians. He good like that. I like that. You see what I'm saying? But some of that other stuff, President Trump, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's fine, see. You know what I'm saying? I know, listen, bro. I know it's a lot of people in life, man. They not happy, man. You feel what I'm saying? I used to be a person who wasn't happy, y'all. Samuel Pond says he's good to the people. Samuel, I say to a certain extent, I can, Omar, would you, listen, I want to do this. Omar, Samuel said that President Trump is good to the people. Do you agree with that? Because to a certain extent, I agree with that, Omar. I do. I think there's something in him. But I'm telling you, see, that's the thing about me. That's the thing about truth. People think if you truth is not all one side. Truth ain't all right. And truth ain't all left. Good people are wrong sometimes, and bad people are good sometimes. That's the thing about truth. The truth is like this. So if y'all want truth from me, if you got somebody, everything President Trump doing is good. Everything he's doing is good. Everything he's doing, that's not truth. You a supporter. You a Trump supporter. I'm a Kamala supporter. I was an Obama supporter, but I speak out on Obama when he do wrong. That's how I do when I support people. When VP Harris gave a crucial interview and she wouldn't separate herself from Joe Biden, go back and watch the live streams. I'm supporting her, but I spoke because that's what you do when you care about people, man. Your mama gonna watch you put that thing in a light socket. She gonna just let you execute yourself so she could be cool with you. No, she ain't. She gonna pop your hand. What you doing? I guess y'all just, us black people know, because that's what we do. And y'all white people, I guess y'all just don't know. I ain't being racist, but I'm saying that's how we get down, bro. Like, you gonna get, bro, go to a black person, that's what y'all need. Y'all might need some black people. What? They ain't gonna not too much nonsense, bro. They gonna be just straight up and real with you. You go, what? Bro, you would come in my house and you do something stupid, you gonna get janked on. My sisters and my mama and them there jank on me, boy. You feel me? That's the way. That's how we came up. I bet you every black person, Omar, your house, like, that's how we are. You got that don't mean I hate them. I don't say. You see, Samuel, we gonna jank on you, bro. Ain't nobody hate him, Samuel. They take it wrong. That's just like my brother. If my brother came home to me, my little brother, I love my little brother. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out Andre, man. I love my little brother. If my little brother came home to me with some little fat, little ugly girl, bro, I'm going to jank the snot out of him. Oh, hey, look, Andre, if I ever see you with a fat, ugly girl, I'm going to jank on you. I'm going to jank on you. And he might not jank me to my face because he a lot nicer than me. You hear me? But he might say something to somebody. Look at Big Bro with that fat, ugly girl. Man, y'all know that's how it is. So why I'm going to be like that with President Trump? He come out declaring a trade war on the whole world. That's some goofy stuff, bro. I don't care if I like him or not. I don't care if you support him, you're going to tell him not to do that. Because that's what's going to get him impeached again. 2 hours and 10 minutes we've been cooking, guys. I appreciate y'all's donation, man. Y'all been good to me, man. Because y'all been good to me in about a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep y'all, all my supporters, like Angelo and Brian C., all y'all day ones. You know what I'm saying? Samuel. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep y'all updated for about 30 days. I'm going to go on a journey of peace, health, and wellness. At the completion of them 30 days, the health and wellness, we're going to get off the live stream, y'all. So we're going to be, off the vertical. So we're going to be off a vertical feed, guys. Y'all got my word. Y'all know I stand 10 toes on it. We're going to be off vertical feed here in about 60 to 90 days, y'all. We're going to be cooking. Ain't no more what we doing right now. I'm going to be playing videos of what President Trump said. Well, so y'all better be ready for this. When I get off vertical live feed, you ain't going to be able to argue with nothing no more. So all the people who like arguing with me about whether I'm right or wrong or I'm stupid or not, y'all get it out right now while you can. Because when I get on that computer, I'm going to be I'm not going to tell you what President Trump said. I'm going to play it. I'm not going to tell you how the dude talking about pain. I'm going to play it and I'm going to help you see it. I'm going to take a video of me going in the store and how much eggs are. And then this dude talking about pain. That's how you get impeached. But they don't want to hear me, Angelo. They want to believe what they want to believe, y'all. You know what I'm saying, y'all? We've been cooking for 2 hours and 10 minutes. As I said, we got videos up on YouTube right now. Bunch of new content, man. Y'all please go check out the new content, Legal Wars Live on YouTube. We got videos up. Go check them out, guys. You know what I'm saying? All the people support. Make sure y'all double tap them. Y'all like them. Y'all comment on the videos. We need the support on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Also, guys, on Saturday, we will be live on Saturday. Easter is on Sunday. I'm going to church. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't finna stream, because you need to be on church. If any day of the year, I'm going to tell you, it's Easter. That's the holiest day of the year. So on Sunday, we wouldn't be streaming this week, but God's Mighty Warriors, episode number 2 on Saturday. That's at 8 a.m. Central. And then next week, guys, we do every Tuesday and Thursday. Angelo, Brian C., y'all know it. We stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central. That's our schedule. So you guys on Tuesdays and Thursdays or any day during the week, if you want to talk politics, you want your voice heard, at least 1 or 2 comments read, regardless of how many people in the stream, you know if you come here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we doing politics at 7 a.m. Central, okay? Then every other Saturday and Sunday, we do politics every other Saturday, and we do a Christian stream every other Sunday. I am not a preacher. I am a Christian, and I'm just doing my duties as a Christian, okay? So that's the rundown, y'all. We got new videos up, $2.99 for channel memberships. Everyone in this stream, I love every last one of y'all. I promise y'all. The bottom of my heart. Angelo, I never met Angelo before, but he like my brother for almost a year. Brian C., same thing. Colin Radley, he ain't here, same thing. Miss Irene, welcome in. D. Worthy, my brother, I seen you here a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Omar, it's only the second stream, but I seen you here. Samuel Ponce been in here from day one. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all say y'all goodbyes. Y'all talk it out, get it out. Once again, y'all, we got a Christian stream on Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Central, and then we back into politics again on Tuesday at 7 a.m. Central. Y'all make sure y'all go to YouTube and y'all check out all the videos. Y'all gotta like it and support it. That being said, y'all, we on a 10-minute countdown. Guys, I've been streaming 2 hours and 15 minutes. If I come back and see a channel membership or I see a donation, y'all know how we do. We're going to keep the stream going. But until then, guys, we 10 minutes out. Y'all say y'all goodbyes. I'm going to come back and I'm going to say my goodbyes, guys. See y'all in just a minute. In the background, I'm going to turn something on, y'all, so y'all could be hearing that. Y'all keep that conversation going, man. This is what Legal Wars Podcast is about, man. We have our conversations, y'all. That's what we do. We talk politics in here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. So, guys, I'm going to put one of the videos in the background. Y'all make sure. Grading Trump's economy. What other videos we got? The Trump economy, first 100 days of political spoken word video. New Trump Tariffs. Y'all make sure y'all go check out all that great content. I'll be back in just a second, y'all. I appreciate the love and support. Well, guys, really enjoyed this time I spent with y'all today. I appreciate everybody who come show up, all my people, you know what I'm saying, my supporters. Brian C., Miss Irene, welcome to the family. I love you guys. I thank you guys for your support. One thing I want to say to y'all, I end the stream like this every time, y'all. Like I said, we will be live on Saturday. It's going to be the Easter stream, you know what I'm saying? I welcome everybody in, though. Muslims, Christians, it don't matter. They all need to hear about Jesus. You see what I'm saying? Why am I just welcome Christians into the stream when I'm talking about Jesus? They already know about Jesus. I'm trying to tell somebody who don't know about Jesus. That's what I'm trying to do. So that's what we're doing on Saturday. And then we back to our politics next week. That being said, man, you know what I'm saying? I battle depression and anxiety. You know what I'm saying? I still battle it occasionally. Anytime you're going through something in life, man, this for any one of y'all, man, I get on my knees. You know what I'm saying? In August of 2018, man, I realized that I was a lost, hell-bound sinner. And I needed a savior. I wasn't a good person, man. I was a horrible person. And I got on my knees and I asked Jesus for forgiveness. I told Jesus that I was sorry for my sins. You know what I'm saying? I let Jesus know that I accepted his sacrifice as payment for my sins. I asked for forgiveness of my sins. I became a Christian. And Jesus, and me believing and having that faith in Jesus, that's what saved me. Me repenting of my sins, me confessing my sins. You understand that? Jesus down on that cross for me. His blood he shed for me. He took my place. So when the man come to get me, he say, Ghost, you guilty of such and such and so and so. You know what I tell him? You right, sir. You probably right. But Jesus, though. What about Jesus? He paid the price. He paid my part, and he said I could go free. He said he forgave me. And because I have Jesus, anytime I go through something that I can't deal with, I look up, bro. That's how I fight my battles. Every battle I have, every legal battle I have a situation right now that I've been meditating in my mind through everything in my life of how I'm going to deal with this situation. You know how I deal with them court cases? I put them court cases at the foot of Jesus. Y'all don't understand that, but that's what I do. That's why I be slow to sue you. That's why I'm going to be slow to sue you. Because I'm going to get that to God first. I'm not trying to scam you. I'm not trying to get over on you. I'm going to try to teach you not to disrespect disabled people, celebrate differences. That's what I'm trying to teach you. I'm not trying to scam you. I'm not trying to get over on you. I'm trying to teach you to respect women like Miss Irene. That's what I'm trying to teach you. I give it to Jesus. But I just want to let y'all know, anybody in this stream, I battle anxiety and depression. You know how I deal with that? I get on my knees. Anything I go through, I give it to God. I start my day thankful. The Bible says, go before the Lord in thanksgiving. Give y'all praise to the Most High. If you start thankful, thank you for everything. I know this ain't what I want, but it could be worse. Thank you, God. Thank you. Start there. When you in a place of thanksgiving, the Bible said that anytime you wake up every morning, regardless of what I'm facing, it's raining, it's snowing, it's sunny, I got $1 million, I ain't got no money, I don't, or people love me, or they don't, or this is the day that the Lord has made. And because he has made it, I will rejoice and be glad in it. I'll see y'all guys on Saturday morning. Scratch that, Saturday morning. 8 a.m. sharp. Y'all, thank y'all for watching Legal Wars Live, kicking it with your boy Ghost Rider. I love every last one of y'all. I will see you guys on Saturday. Y'all have a great day, okay? And enjoy half of your weekend until I see you guys there.